My loneliness is killing me.
I know exactly how you feel. We're all getting by in Big Brother, the COVID edition. But the prize at the end of this finish line isn't a wad of cash, it's our health. The thing about Lockdown 2.0 is it feels harder this time. We're all struggling to get back into that isolation groove. So tonight, we're going to look at some simple health hacks that we can all do to keep ourselves connected and engaged during isolation. When it comes to exercise, you don't need to do 100 sit-ups or run a marathon to give your body what it needs. And while you might feel walking every street of your suburb is boring, there are some simple ways to spice things up and keep your mind and body moving that can make all the difference. Call a friend in another suburb and plan your walk together. That way you can get in a gossip and socialise while keeping socially distant. Or go for a walk and listen to a podcast. There's so many out there, and I guarantee you'll find the right one for you. It'll make you laugh or think or just be entertained.
This is Melbourne calling. Welcome to Granny Bingo Wireless. There, it'll all be over soon.
Whether we're looking at what's happening around the world or in our own backyard, I know there's a lot we can't control right now, but there's plenty of things we can control as well, like what we do in our own homes. I've invited a couple of friends along to help us get off the couch and get moving at home.
I don't even wear my step counter anymore because it makes me feel bad. What do you mean I've done 37 steps today? It's like, shut up.
I know it's hard, but like getting up at the same time every morning, for me, that means going to bed earlier.
Whoa! I like my late nights, so I'm not going to do that. But if you're like me, we're all sitting on the couch more, or your dining room table has been turned into an office. So why don't we start with some simple stretches that can make a huge difference to our bodies and movement?
I do this one because I spend all day sitting at the laptop, put my hands on my knees, sit up nice and tall and just press my chest forward and hold it for about 3 seconds and then relax down. It's like, that was a stretch. Taking a moment to just even lay on the floor and just stretch your body right out, like point your toes right down, reach your fingers right up and just do a nice big stretch like that.
First one that comes to mind would be child's pose. I don't know, but how do I do this without actually doing it? I'm going to do it on my bed actually, just so you can see it. Oh, it's looking a bit raunchy now. So child's pose is very simple. Your feet are together, knees are wide apart, and you're just reaching your hands in front of you and they're just melting down. And so it's very simple doing that. A variation of this is keeping your legs together, arms by your side, and just putting your forehead on the floor.
If you're comfortable to do a few squats or something like that, not the funnest thing to do, but they do kind of help your body move in ways that it likes to move. Definitely go for a wider stance over a narrower stance. But if you've got your feet kind of somewhere between hip and shoulder width, toes kind of outwards a little bit, and you just sit your butt back, trying to keep your feet on the floor, you're going to be squatting. A good way to practice would be sit a chair behind you and step about a foot length in front of a chair and then just sit back down onto the chair and stand up. That's a squat.
A nice, really easy one to do would be just a standing forward fold. So basically you're just standing and just folding forward and dangling over your legs. If you just want to bend your knees and let go of your head, then that's really good to loosen out the lower back and using your body weight to lengthen out the spine.
There's a really great movement that I love to do because it pretty much puts our body into the complete opposite position of sitting, which is kind of that rounded forward and your back's got all rounding. So if you lay on your stomach, put your hands under the front of your shoulders here, your legs are going to be straight out behind you, tops of your feet just resting on the ground, and just gently straighten your arms as much as you can. So you're going to get a nice curve in your back in that opposite direction. It's called Cobra Pose. Really, really nice one to kind of relieve that back compression that you get from sitting. And just if you were to do like just a handful of those every now and then, it'll make all the difference. Any way that you could possibly think to move is a good way to move.
I'm actually terrible at looking after myself. I forget to eat regular meals, so I'm having one a day when I remember at like 5 or 6 o'clock when I'm starving. And all during the day, I'm forgetting to have glasses of water. These are the most basic things we can do to look after ourselves. And sitting around in my home, I'm forgetting to do them.
So what I've started doing is having just a jar of water with me everywhere I go. Even if you went, every time you had a drink of alcohol, chase it with a cup of water. So just get a little pattern happening, or if every time you have a coffee, have a cup of water afterwards.
People think health is eating green smoothies all the time, and then when you fail and you do have that Uber Eats moment, you beat yourself up. That's not particularly healthy. And so I say, if you're going to order Uber Eats, enjoy it, and that's your treat, and feel good about it. So it's all about that relationship to your body and feeling good about your choices.
You can find plenty more ISO health hacks online, but if you'd like to get in touch with Bowie and Ross, here's where you can find them: on Facebook. Lockdown, isolation, and COVID in general has made everyone more anxious. So what better way to end this community darling than by asking the yoga instructor some tips on how to breathe? I don't know about you, but I know I'm holding a lot more tension these days.
Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 4 counts. And that's just a really simple way to kind of slow down the breath, deepen the breath. That really helps you to calm down.